All right, everybody. We are back with the NBA Fantasy Salary Cup edition, and it's game day 2 of game week 5. Game day 2 is not going, it didn't go well for me because of the injuries to Victor Wembanyama and Jules Holiday. But I'm soldiering on. After that good game day 1, game day 2 didn't go quite as well. I am below average by around 20 plus points. Yeah, I only managed to score 60 points in game day 2. And the average was at 96 right there, as you can see. So I only managed to get points from Mignon, who gave me 14 points, plus a late addition for Victor Wembanyama. I managed to bring in Larry Markkanen. He has some tough games. I saw that his fixtures that he has this week are actually tough games, starting with the LA Lakers, then taking on the champions OKC, and again LA Lakers in game week 5. So that's why I brought him on, because I would assume they would push him to the limit. And of course, we shall look at that game. He managed to score 31, which is actually good. And of course, to get anything from Larry, he has to score highly and score big. So that's how I stood at the back, and I only had one player who could play in the back court, and it was Drew Holiday, but he was injured. So I'm seeing his return is imminent. Hopefully tonight he will feature in the next game for the Portland Trail Blazers. So it's a green flag, it's an orange flag on him. Hopefully he will be fit. I don't need any transfers. I've actually also finished all the transfers of this game week, so I am really on the ropes. So, of course, game day 2 kicked off with Golden State Warriors taking on Orlando Magic. And, of course, Orlando Magic managed to win this game. I have the highlights. We shall look at that shortly. Steph Curry had a big game, dropping 34, but, of course, he got a knock to his ankle, and he's a doubt right there, as you can see. Managed to get 64 points in this one after dropping 34 points in the game and 9 assists, nearly a triple-double for him. He also got 3 steals, which is rare, but there it was. So, and of course, Gerard Butler had a hitter as well, scoring 57 points. Fantasy points right there, scoring 33 in this game, 7 rebounds and 4 assists and 3 steals as well in the game. Then, of course, Desmond Baines doing his thing for Orlando Magic right there, leading the way, scoring 23 points in the game and a total of 54 fantasy points. I'm just trying to pull up the highlights right here for you. There we go.
Steph with a step back. Curry with a 3. Suggs was draped all over him, and it didn't matter.
No, look at him making fun of him, too. That step back is second to none.
Desmond Baines hitting a 3. Kalena mentioned the Florida Championship ring. They may have a little video of how we'll
Desmond right there from range.
You don't want to leave him. They just kind of left him.
Desmond dropped 23 in the game. That's Steph Curry. He was on fire, and he was on the route to score 40 points in this one.
Look at him making fun of him, too. That step back is second to none.
Desmond Baines to the cup.
Yeah, he had 26 against the Rockets. He's been feeling good.
So Moody.
That should have been a foul.
So Suggs will attack, and he puts it up and in. What a finish! Yeah, if you've not watched a lot of NBA in the early part of the season,
this is the first quarter, of course.
Have 100 possessions
Steph Curry
per game. As Steph puts that
looking
in.
for an and
Why
one.
is that different? A year ago was 9. Wagner tried to stay with Steph. Draymond an open 3. Hey,
Draymond from range. Draymond only managed to score 12, which is actually high for his standards. There he is. These days he drops from deep and shoot from deep.
Find his rhythm again.
You see Jalen Suggs.
Jalen Suggs. Jalen Suggs was good last season, but started slow this season, just getting 13 points. That's Draymond Green with a pick and roll with Steph Curry.
Green right down the lane.
Draymond getting all he wants because they're keeping two with Steph.
Actually, Steph was shy of a triple-double, just 9 assists in this one.
Puts it in.
So this is the first quarter. Let's skip to the second quarter.
De Silva's lurking, and he beats both of them.
Steph doing his thing.
There was just a little hesitation.
34 in this one. Played really well.
Always tries to get
Franz Wagner had 18.
It up and in.
He used Batanzi as a Gortat
A
screen.
nice steal right there by De Silva.
You miss a layup, you turn it over, you give up a layup, and now you're down 15.
De Silva did that against the Rockets too.
Ball moving nicely. Moody the open
Moody.
three. Perfect. That's great
Corner
basketball
three.
right there. Silva to Bataze looking for Bane cutting, and Steph was ready. Beautiful steal. Moody to GP2.
Rejected.
Intended. Once
That's
it hits the
broken.
backboard, you can't touch it. Count that basket.
Steph Curry,
got Suggs
fly
in the
by,
air,
basket.
and then bottom the three.
That's your split action. He was in recovery mode. He got clipped just enough. It gets Steph open. A lot of times he's going to get himself open with that pump fake. You got to respect it. All of a sudden you're in the air alone.
Jamal Mosley takes time.
This is, of course, the second quarter. Steph Curry looks fine, though. That's from
Steph Curry
the corner.
The way they
Trying to wheel them back.
So fast.
And I think the injury just messed him up. There he is again.
Steph's got another one.
Wow.
He hit him in the chest, in the chin, in his.
So this is towards the end of the halftime. So
Warriors make a
going to
mistake,
third
and the
quarter.
Magic capitalize every time.
It's another steal.
Another turnover.
By
and
Franz
another bucket.
Wagner.
So you cut it to 5. 2 miscues. Boom.
That's just
back up
10.
to 10. Silva, he knows better. Closed out on Steph.
That's
Shot
Steph
clock
Curry.
at 7.
Basket.
1 foot Nowitzki, and
Mid-range,
he
he
rains
just
it in.
Got to get back now, though.
Remember Wagner? Yeah, he's throwing a lob.
Wow.
He
A
has
nice
4
lob
fouls. He
by
fouled
Wagner
Bataze,
right there.
but you saw Pajemski lining him up to try to take a charge. Anthony Black sensing a seam.
Black actually scored 21 points in this one.
Yep. The Warriors working on a 12-point quarter now. Horford right down the lane.
Again, off of Steph.
Anthony
Horford
Black
only got 9 in the
lane.
game.
Post is there. Little step around. It made him throw it away. Good defense, quitting post.
The main thing is,
Oh, Steph right to the rim.
there you go.
Curry's got 29.
I was about to say the Magic aren't running away with it.
Tyus Jones.
That's
Got to make a
Tyus
field
Jones.
goal in 7 straight games and hits 2 threes tonight. Butler had nowhere to go. Bane, pretty good defense.
Now
Posted
9.
around the ball, waiting for a
Actually,
cutter, but
11,
he
yeah.
to lay it up and in. Nice patience, quit and
Cut
post.
it down to 9.
Just take your time.
They just
Nice
never
finish,
got
Anthony
their
Black.
feet under themselves.
He's got 16. He's
Orlando
power
just
forward. He
maintained
drives
the
in
lead.
there.
They scored and they scored back, maintaining that gap
I told you, he's
of
found
10
his rhythm
points
for 2.
between
Moody
them
down
and
the
their
lane.
opponents.
Moody stops perfectly and floats
So
it
this is
home.
way
Just
early
being
into the
aggressive
fourth,
at the
so we're
right
going
times.
to
Butler
towards the
stepped
end.
back.
So this is within the last 5
Steph
minutes.
was
Steph Curry is trying to reel his team back. This is
Curry's
just
got
2
32
points.
and 7 made threes.
I think you heard me say threes would be nice. They need those.
Oh, it's ridiculous. That's a goaltend.
Steph's got 34. Draymond played Wagner well, but Wendell Carter, what a game he is.
So it's just too big for them to come back. This is just a minute.
Butler again. Jimmy Butler with 31, Steph with 34. Wagner driving Draymond. Can Draymond still play defense? Are you
8
kidding me?
points.
They're going to return the
A
favor.
dagger. Any other basket, that would be a dagger. That's a dagger. That's it.
Hitting a 3.
Desmond Bain just
Fire Bane,
killed
the
it right
shooter.
there.
Pajemski hitting a corner 3.
Yeah, so that was it really. Of course, Golden State Warriors lost that one to the Orlando Magic in spite of their good play. Steph Curry showed up, Jared Butler showed up, Draymond Green showed up, but it wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough for Franz Wagner, Desmond Baines and company. Jalen Suggs, they were just good. Jalen Suggs is someone you could consider. It's just that this season he has started a bit slow, I think with injury and everything, but he was a consistent point believe, last season. All right. So then, of course, came the Detroit Pistons. The Detroit Pistons have the longest win streak in the East, as we will show you shortly. Let me just pull up the analytics, as you can see. So this is the Eastern Conference. They are leading the way. This win, of course, gave them 13-2. They have won 13 games, and of the 13, they have won 11 in a row, which is the longest win streak as we speak. The second longest win streak was, of course, Denver Nuggets, but they lost last night. Narrowly missed out because their bench did actually show up. But the first team played so well. It's just the bench that I think they only made 9 points in the whole game, which was a terrible score for them. So they dropped that longest win streak. And of course, now the second longest win streak goes to OKC, who are actually 6 as we speak. 6 wins in a row. Then the third one goes to Toronto Raptors. But it's amazing what Detroit is doing in the East. And of course, Cade Cunningham returned. So those of you that would want to bring him in, Mr. Consistent, Kincaid is back, so you can bring him in. So they did. They won the game. They won 120 to 112. They were playing against Atlanta Hawks, as you can see right there. Cade Cunningham scoring 57 fantasy points right there, dropping 25 in the game and a double-double, 10 assists in that one right there. After missing 3 straight games, I think he's back in action. He's the only player that has scored above 100, if I'm not mistaken, fantasy points in a single game. That was Kincaid right there. So if you can get him, please do. He's a very Mr. Consistent player. I will look at how possible, but I don't think it's going to be possible for myself to bring him in this game week. Maybe next game week, when I have 2 extra free transfers. All right. Then, of course, Jalen Johnson was playing well for them, dropping 63 points right there in this game. He dropped 25 in the game and 1 shy of a double, which is 9 assists, and of course 2 shy of a triple-double with 8 rebounds right there. I do have the highlights of this one. So as we go through the game, that's Cade Cunningham back. Of course, the team is Jalen Duren is also awesome. Duren had 24 points in this game.
To start this game off very simply, get it inside. Let the big fella who missed just 1 shot last night.
Very, very strong starting 5.
That's Kincaid. Duren
quickly to JD. Another jam.
Maybe Duren is one you can consider as well.
2 feet in the paint on 2 different Hawks. He's got 2 feet in the lane a lot of times on these catches.
Knocked away by the Pistons. Cade's on the run. Shoots the pass to Dennis Jenkins. In the corner to Duncan Robinson. Why not go to the pure shooter?
Duncan Robinson from deep scored 14 in this one.
Confidence, not that he's ever not had it as a shooter, but what he's doing right now, Duncan Robinson with the basketball in his hands.
Pistons on a 10-game win streak.
Nikhil Alexander-Walker dropped 24 for the Atlanta Hawks.
Alexander Walker.
That's him right there.
High glass and he hit it. Tough shot. Krejci pops out. An excellent shooter in his 5th year from the Czech Republic. Isaiah Stewart spins to the rim for a score. Krejci fouled him. He grabbed him from behind. Then the Hawks ended here.
Dyson Daniels right there. Dyson Daniels managed 12 points in this one.
And Jalen Johnson's the guy who does the damage.
So this is the first quarter. We're going to skip to the second quarter. That's Kincaid doing his thing right there. Kincaid's return.
7:22 to play in the half.
So this is the second quarter.
Stu bounces it down deep. Star slips and falls. Shot won't drop. Hawks run it to full court. Jalen Johnson with the ball. Dyson Daniels. Deep it goes to Mohamed Gay for a dunk. Time Dennis Jenkins gives to Duncan Robinson, gets it back. Dennis is pass inside.
Duren.
Green, what a pass.
No, that's Green. Yeah.
Against Dyson Daniels. Jalen Duren against Gay. Basket cut and a lay-in for Dennis.
And another assist for the Pistons.
Jason Daniels.
Nice pass from Alexander Walker. Dyson Daniels bounces the top side. Daniels lost it to Javonte Green. Duncan Robinson lobs, and Cade
The lob for Kincaid.
Javonte never gave up.
So we don't move to the third.
He had it, then he didn't have it.
That was a strip steal. And the lob for Kincaid to bring it down. So going into the third. Now, of course, this one was really an unassailable lead, but of course it didn't become assailable until the third quarter. The third quarter is where they lost their way.
Dennis Jenkins down the lane to the rim, lays it up off the square for a score. They call the foul. Watch Dennis.
In transition.
How about that? For some one-on-one basketball.
That's a strip right there for Maine Thompson. Yes, sir. Sorry, the brother.
Good shot on the drive.
Maine, sorry, I keep switching them. It's Maine Thompson. Maine Thompson scored 6 points.
And fills it up.
He knew it, you're right.
Kincaid dropped 25 in this one. That was him from deep.
Okongwu with a huge three on the
Now we're in the fourth quarter right here. Okongwu dropped 21 as well.
Mohamed Gay.
That's the kill. Walker Alexander.
Walker, nice drive, scoop, and score. Dyson Daniels to Krejci.
But they were still in the game actually.
Walker misfires.
That's Dyson Daniels with
Dyson
a
Daniels,
tear
it's up
drop.
and it's in.
And he ended up with a layup.
Alexander was on fire in this one, 24 points. Then Jalen Johnson, 25 in this one. Dyson Daniels.
Got it around, and Dennis Jenkins has it. To the basket, stuffs it.
Dennis Jenkins scored 14 in this one.
Stretch of defense. But how about this? The ball comes loose. Now watch. Peek over your shoulder. Make sure Okongwu is not going to get to it and then punch it. Penetration doesn't always have to end in
So this is where the game gets away from them. And of course, Detroit Pistons was looking for that 11th straight win. And they wanted it so bad.
Atlanta had cut it to 1. 99-98 with 6:51 left. And
So this is where they lost it. And the lead had even been cut to 1.
Krejci with the basketball. Alexander Walker for 3.
Helper came over.
Alexander Walker to forecourt. Gives it up, gets it back. Drives, scoops, scores, and a foul.
Well, he was able to knife it.
Need to make something happen here.
He's Kincaid right here.
Cade to the elbow. Cade to the dotted line. Fires and fills
Basket.
it. Clutch. It's off the floor to Isaiah Stewart. Gives it to Cade.
He's now 1 minute on the
Still
clock.
has it down the lane to the basket.
Basket. Kincaid was unstoppable.
Cade Cunningham, and almost impossible to score and at the rack. Johnson will inbound to Krejci. Launches a 3. And
Now they're trading punches. Who can punch the hardest?
But they've run out of time.
They'll shoot.
Wow, look at that. Look at that.
Krejci from just inside the
Wow.
timeline.
Now you could feel that they're coming back, but of course Kincaid has something to say about it. Just you wait and see.
Time run off.
Time's running out,
And that was it.
and it has run out.
Yep. That was it. They've got their 11th straight consecutive win. As you can see, Detroit Pistons with the longest win streak of 11 games in a row without a loss right there. Then, of course, we had Boston Celtics taking on Brooklyn Nets, and Boston Celtics, of course, came up top And you can see Jaylen Brown right there scoring 44 fantasy points, 29 in the game for the Celtics. And of course, Michael Porter Jr., someone you can consider because I think he's the main man in Brooklyn, scoring 44, 25. And this is, I think, the most consistent he has been in a long while. 25 points right there for himself. I do have the highlights of this one as well. Yep.
Who does that? Gideon, man. You know who loved that was Mr. Whammy. Oh, yeah. Where was that? The Rock? You playing in at Prudential? No, that was, it could have been Continental.
That's Pritchard. Pritchard dropped 22 in this one.
That rim protection. A lot of good things he does, but doesn't really.
The long-range shooter, that Pritchard right there.
A long one. Pritchard terrific in these late clock situations. Get it up.
Hater.
Man, I'm really.
Hater scored low, just 6 in this game.
This team plays better. Drake May's like
This is the second quarter.
in the NFL.
That's Pritchard right there. Just couldn't miss.
He's about to be top 5, knocking down those deep threes. The Nets, by the way, are 22nd in turnovers forced, so it's not like this is their doing. There's Pritchard, the step back. Oh, it's so pretty.
That's a step back 3. Jaylen dropped 29, just one shy of the 30 piece.
Jaylen Brown in control of that entire trip.
This is the third quarter.
There's Brown, got Williams on his hip, rises and
Finishes with contact.
About 4 or 5 of those plays where he's missed them. I'm a proponent of them going back.
That's a steal by Hauser. Nice. Hater, back to Hater, fake pass. Wow.
The great play from Hauser.
Hauser is a long-range shooter as well. Basket, bottoms. Hauser got only 8 points in this one.
61% from the floor in the first half, but turnovers kept it close.
Jaylen.
Might have just ended it.
This is the fourth quarter. This is almost done. It's actually cooked. Celtics actually in a row. They are on a roll there. This is their third straight win in the NBA. Could there be a resurgence? I doubt, but well, it was one of those games they really had to win, and indeed they won. Then, of course, came Memphis Grizzlies taking on San Antonio Spurs in the absence of the man, the myth, Victor Wembanyama. I do have the highlights for that, but De'Aaron Fox came back right in time, and he's doing his thing right there, scoring 42 fantasy points in this one, dropping 26 points in the game and only 3 assists for the San Antonio Spurs. Barnes Harrison dropping 37 fantasy points, 23 points in the game. Then on the other side, the man missing in action is Ja Morant. Cedric Coward is the one leading the way, scoring 32 points, a double-double, 32 fantasy points, and of course 19 points in the game and 11 rebounds. Just trying to pull up the highlights for you for this one. There it is.
Season high and made threes. Santi Aldama, talk about improved play. That's what he was arguing. And now look at what Olynyk will do in terms of handling the basketball.
Of course, this was won by a 9-point difference. But 9 points in the NBA is just 3 possessions. So 9 points wasn't a big deal. I would say it is close. But of course, close when you have time on the clock. If you don't have time on the clock, it's not as close. Of course, this one ended 101 Memphis Grizzlies and 111 San Antonio Spurs. That's De'Aaron Fox right there. Sohan dropped 8 in this one. So we're going to skip to the second quarter.
Spencer outside. Johnson, cross, drive, spin, got it.
Johnson had 18 in this one.
Jackson with 13 to shoot. Spencer puts it on the deck again. Spray it out. Aldama. Sidestep, relocate. Spencer remains aggressive. Find the open man. It's Wells right through 2.
They wanted the action to start. Everybody was standing around, not a lot of movement.
Purcell, kick. Johnson. That is just as both teams are trying to break the seal in this second half. Champagny. Got it.
Jumping is good from range.
7?
Did you do anything with your hands there?
6? That was pretty good there, Noah.
My kids are
This is the third quarter.
Arms now up to 14. 3 of 6 from distance.
Now the shots starting to fall for both teams. Jackson's
It was still close, just a 3-point difference in the third quarter, so which means they didn't lose it until the fourth
Like
quarter.
we talked about, Noah, that's balances.
So there's a flurry of threes, and whoever is lucky to shoot as many threes in the fourth quarter usually gets away with the games in the
was the 11th
NBA.
overall pick in the draft and showing you the entire tool bag.
It absolutely is, and it's more than one way to skin a cat. He's doing a great job as he's lining up this next one to
He's
knock it
feeling
down.
it now.
They took the lead.
Defender to come up, and he was already ready for his counter. Wasn't needed right there.
Under 5 to play. Oh, the banker goes.
That's Johnson right there, the bank shot.
And doesn't get the
Spencer.
roll. That was right there to clean it up.
A nice rebound right there.
That's a lot of letters out there.
Zach Edey actually featured in this one, managed to score 8
for 3.
in this game.
13 points off the bench for Spencer in 17 minutes. Fox, kick. Jones
That's
Garcia
Fox,
thought about it.
De'Aaron.
Right back to De'Aaron. Pump, patience. Fox drills it.
They needed that one to keep the chase on. This is now towards the end. 6 straight points from De'Aaron Fox right there. Brought them to within just 2 points.
Fox has 11 points in this third quarter. Working on Spencer. Step back 2.
Basket. So this is where now the tides shifted as we entered into the fourth quarter.
Cross.
San Antonio took the lead and they never relinquished it. So this is towards the end.
Shake. Kick.
From range. That's the flurry of threes I was talking about. Whoever is able to pick those threes will definitely win that game.
Around. Johnson drives, spins, Johnson
Basket. And then they lost the game. That was it. Basket. That was the nail in the coffin that did them in, and they ended up losing that. Yep, that's how that one ended. Of course, in the fourth quarter is when they ran away and actually won that game. Then, of course, came the big game, the one that they propped up to be the return of the so-called King LeBron James. And, of course, they ended up winning it. But, of course, because of LUKA DONCIC, Austin Reeves, and company, LeBron did feature, managed to get 11 points in that one. LUKA dropping 75 fantasy points in this one, dropping 37 and a double-double in this one, 37 points in the game and 10 assists in the game. Then Austin Reeves dropping 36 fantasy points in this one. Then, of course, Ayton is actually jailing, and I think it's just the consistency that is lacking, but he's actually racking up those points nowadays. He dropped 20 in this one, 14 rebounds. That's a double-double for Ayton right there. Then LaRevia, another revelation of the season. Jake LaRevia was brought in, and he's doing his fair share, scoring 16 and a total of 27 fantasy points. Then came LeBron James on his return. This is the first game of the season. Well, you can look at those scores and you will say he's a good player, but I wouldn't advise you to go and get him. But he will give you the points, actually. Actually, you can go and get LeBron. It's just that his salary is a bit too high, and I don't think he's worth it. You'd rather get a LUKA or an Austin Reeves. But yeah, it's surprisingly, he will give you this because he's a box. I told you it's no longer about winning for him. It's just about racking up those points. That's 11 points in the game, 3 rebounds and 12 assists. He will give you the assists, he will give you the rebounds, he will give you the points, and he will give you those fantasy points. But just a look at our analytical view, you're going to see generally the contribution that he does to the team is more or less a net negative. So I'm going to look at one field, one score on the box scores. I wanted to give you the explanation. This plus minus score, which is the points differential a player when a player is on the floor. So basically they get how much you cost the team minus how much you give the team. So you're going to see that every time LeBron is on the bench, this is what he contributes. So you see this is the Lakers. This is the game between Utah Jazz and of course Lakers. So this is from last night, as you can see right there. That this is the chart, the box score chart. So I want you to see the plus minus, which is the extreme end. Oh, you cannot see it. Let me try to pull it up for you. I hope this works. Just hold on. Okay, so what I can do, let me just bring that up. Okay, this is basically out of view, out of frame, but I want to show you this. Let me just make this bigger. Okay, if I pull it up, remember LeBron is on top. There you go. So that's the box plus minus score. So every time LeBron was on the bench, and if you're to see the minutes that he played, he actually played 29 minutes of the game. Now, for the 29 minutes, for each minute he was on that team, he was benefiting the Lakers by he was just adding to the team 1 point. His presence on court was a net positive of 1 point. That's why I'm saying that he's still underwhelming in as far as contribution towards the team. Look at Hachimura. Hachimura's contribution was 14 points every time he was on the court. DeAndre Ayton, 10. Austin Reeves, 10. Luka Doncic, 10. You see what I mean? Marcus Smart's 11. Jackson Hayes, 13. Laurevia, 12. And of course, Jackson Hayes had the highest. Then Gabe Vincent, 15. Then, of course, we go into the negatives. Now, these ones contribute. They cost the team. For every time they were on the pitch, they cost the team 7 points. That was Dalton Connect. LeBron Jr. That also cost the team 7 points. So my point is basically on this. This is the contribution LeBron made to the team. So he will give you the box scores and everything, but his contribution is actually a net. Usually it's always a net negative on that team. But today, I guess he managed to get a positive. But usually, and I will be showing you so that you track this trend, you will see that his net positive, his net contribution to the team is always a negative. Here, he managed to get a 1. So that is my argument about LeBron James being the king and all that stuff. I think his time is done. Let him relax and sail away into the sunset. He has done what he has done. He was good, but it's time up for him. Let this team thrive under Luka and Reeves. So I do have the highlights of this one, so you can see your king if you're into him and all that.
.com arena. Get a great look at it. Spectrum Sportsnet proudly presents, as always, the NBA.
Luka has been winning. I mean, he is on an absolute tear.
It's the return of the king, and you will see it all right here on Spectrum Sportsnet. In Salt Lake City next Sunday. Starting lineup, and again, everybody is available.
Bench contributes in this game. And then points in the paint might be the deciding factor.
Their last 3 games. That's called putting it up, just like George does right there. And this last month,
George had a very, very good game. George scored 34 points in this one.
Jerseys and the special.
That's Keontae George. That's Luka with a steal. He had, I think, 3 steals in this game. That's 8-10.
George looks to attack again. He leans
That's George right there trying to do his thing. Luka. Basket. Luka dropped 37 in this one. That's Luka with another steal. Luka doing his thing against Larry Marketing.
Kevin Love straight away. That clanks off the back iron.
He's got 11.
Clearly Luka's team in this. They should let Luka
beyond the arc.
Run amok in this team.
That was just short.
Zone. Looks like a zone a little bit.
And cutting that.
Laravia.
With one hand.
Nice cut, nice pass, nice finish.
You know, Jake is coming off his 2 boards, 4 assists. In fact, doing it all. Luka just rides it all the way to the rim. On the league, too. Collier got his man moving a little.
Deontay George.
Finally, George, another. And this is the lone road game. In fact, part of this stretch, they're going to see the Lakers next week. Little backdoor Rui. Boy, Doncic was already turned and going the other way. And Williams. Half-court offense for Utah. Whip it into the corner. Laravia closes out. Here comes LBJ. Throw it now outside. And it is nearly in sync. Maybe a second separates.
So this is the first quarter right there. And going into the second, Larry Marketing went off. That's Collier. Collier had only 9 points. He had a good season last season, but this season things are not going well for him. Laravia is crazy. And Austin Reeves doing his thing right there. Should have been an and one because he got a bump right there. That's Larry Marketing.
That time by Reeves. Bit of a frozen ropes. A good defense. Then Collier will push. He's attacking 8.
Rejected by Aiton.
Los Angeles. After the last game, he said, I love everything the other one is. To average that in the first 13.
That's Austin Reeves getting an and one. Austin dropped 26 in this one.
As we know, DeAndre Ayton trying to go around. Push. He's attacking. After the last game, he said, I love everything the other one is. To average that in the first 13. Throw it up and in. Count it. And Reed. As we know, DeAndre Ayton trying to go around. Ooh, down he went. Something's all right. Lakers all alone is
Go down with an easy deuce as Austin Reeves becomes the first Laker in double figures.
all alone is
Go down with an easy deuce as Austin Reeves becomes the first Laker in double figures.
50%, 43-30. Something's all right. Lakers all alone is
Go down with an easy deuce as Austin Reeves becomes the first Laker in double figures.
50%, 43-36. Biggest deficit was 11. Well, LeBron missed the opening game of the season for the first time in his career. He had to that. Here's Ace Bailey with DeAndre.
This is the second quarter, of course.
Yeah, it really does.
That's LeBron doing. I think he had the 12 assists in this one. He had the double-double. That's one of the steals and then gave it away.
Be short, right to Marcus.
I don't know if that counts as a steal. When you get the ball and just throw it out.
Now Luka in front of him. He's just going to fire it over the top.
Luka rebound.
Milwaukee Lakers have won 2 in a row. Hachimura got it mid-range. So this one the Lakers are closing in.
Luka, of course, had a double-double. He had 10 assists and 34 points in this one.
And those 3 really putting up big numbers. George, boy, he was
So this is the second quarter coming to one end. Luka from range. Basket.
And as a team, Lakers don't score a lot of I should say the 3-point percentage is okay.
Luka with another steal right there.
By DeAndre Ayton. Here comes Brown all the way. Can't score.
And just grabbed his arm.
Makes a 3. They could pile on with a flagrant.
And when he came into the league, he was not a 3-point shooter per se. A few games for them to.
Okay, so this is the third. That's Luka doing his thing. And one basket.
10 free throws made. He has 6 assists. Turned it over. He was talking up his game big time, but he's got a ton of talent.
That's Reeves, unflappable.
Never really got a huge opportunity with the Lakers for a couple of years.
Now it was still close even in the third right here, as you can see. Now that's what you will see LeBron do all the time, taking assists. Because you know he can't shoot, so he has to pull his way to the basket. So that's 8-10, perfect.
Giveaways tonight.
Deontay George showing his thing to the king.
He's been sparkling. Underneath.
If they count that, that's a long.
That's Luka from range. Ayton with the rebound, basket. So this is the third. We're going to skip to the fourth. That's a steal right there. Stripped. Oh yeah, right there. So now this is getting into the fourth.
But it went right to Reeves. Right place, right time. He's in the key. Finally turns and scores. Yeah, they got to get into their action right here. And they do. Figure they were
That's Jackson Hayes right there.
Get another high draft pick. Still might do that.
That's Gabe Vincent. Gabe Vincent was out injured, but he's back. He managed to score 6 in this one.
Looks one way, then the other. Here comes LeBron. Pass again for the...
But his vision and his basketball.
When they play well, he will play well. There's no doubt. I mean, he's in a star-studded team with Luka. Really a good team. Ayton, Luka, and of course the likes of Laurevia, Uchimura, then Austin Reeves. They're bound to play well. But we shall see his mental in some of those games anyway. When Luka is away and then Austin Reeves is away, we shall see. That's Ayton right there. So this is the fourth quarter. It actually went away from them. Larry Marketing and company just didn't have it in them to push all the way. So this is the last 5 minutes of the game. And at this point, of course, yeah, right there, it's a rebound. As Bronny managed to score one basket. Ronnie James had 3 points in the whole game. Remember, it was a net negative 7 points. Clippers, that's Bronny right there. He didn't score a game. So this is the second team, really. So that's how that game went, of course.
Come home for one brief game. Get a win at home now.
All right, so that's how the Lakers game, of course, ended with them winning this one, 126-140. Lakers beating Utah right there, as you can see. George did his best, played very well. He's a very good player. If you can get him 10.5 million, he's 10.7. He's worth it. Scoring 60 points, 60 fantasy points, 34 in this one, too shy of a double-double. 8 assists right there. Then Larry Marketing doing his thing, dropping 46 fantasy points, dropping 31 in the game, and just 5 rebounds and 2 assists for himself right there. LeBron James we already looked at, and I think that is it. So there was one final game. Of course, it was Phoenix Suns taking on Portland Trail Blazers, and of course we saw the Phoenix Suns winning this one. Giuseppe is actually a very good revelation. If you can get him in, please do. He's worth the money. He's actually consistent. He's consistently giving you those points. Managed to score 19 in this one, 37 fantasy points. Devin Booker as well scored 19 and 44 fantasy points in this one. Shady Sharp scored 29 points in this one, and of course 40 fantasy points right there. Abdi Adani, the long-range sharpshooter, scoring 19 and 34 in this one. Of course, I missed out on the points of my point guard, that is Drew Holiday. He was out injured, so he didn't feature in that one. So that concluded the games. Who do you think was the player of the day? Going once, going twice. Please, guys, remember, if you like the content and everything, you can support my channel by hitting that subscribe button and the like as well. Comment as well if you need to. I will respond to your comments too. So the player of the night was Luka Doncic right there, scoring 37 fantasy points for the LA Lakers on the return of LeBron James, and scoring 5 rebounds, 10 assists. It was a double-double for him, 0 blocks, 4 steals, and a total of 74 points, which brings his total average at 34.6 points per game. Remember, he is the one leading the leaderboard of the points average scorers in the NBA. Just a flip to the analytical view so you can see that Luka is right there at the top, scoring 34.6, followed by Tyrese Maxey, 32.5. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander comes in third place at 31.9. Giannis Antetokounmpo struggling with a few injuries and niggas there, scoring 31.2. Then also Donovan Mitchell scoring 30.9, wrapping up. I brought in Larry Markkanen, is right there in 6th place, 30.6. And Nikola Jokic is not far off, scoring 29.2, as you can see right there. So our player of the night is Luka, as they thumped Utah 126-140. All right, guys, that wraps it up. Maybe a look at what I am going to field tonight. Because tonight, out of transfers, so I don't expect me to make any last-minute transfers. So I am going to go with what I have. If I have none, that will be that. So I'm going to leave these guys as they are at the front. Of course, Nikola Jokic is coming in for Larry Markkanen. Let's see if I have a Kirk Burney. Let me just bring him closer so that I can make some sort of comparison. Edgecombe, Kirk Burney. It's between those two. I'm going to go Edgecombe. It's actually between Edgecombe and Mitchell. Yeah. Drew's Holiday, if he doesn't play, Mitchell will come in. If he plays, I will want to get his points. All right, so that's the team. And I'm thinking of captaining. No, I think let me wait for the Rockets game. That's when I'll captain. Let me wait for the Rockets game. The problem with this man, the longer you wait, the more he scores, and you're like, oh, I probably should have captained. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. I will wait for the Houston Rockets game. Let me wait for the Houston Rockets game. Because that one, I believe, will push him. We'll push him to the edge, to the limit. Yeah. All right, so that's the squad, guys. Wish you the best. I am out for tonight. Until next time, guys, peace out.